welcome to today's Facebook Live. Today we are going to be talking to you about food, right? Is food really the best fuel for optimum energy? We know. We like to think that we know, right? No, literally, like from all of our experience, we want to bring this topic to you because it's so important, and we've seen so many people kind of experiencing this kind of biggest mistake, really. And first of all, before we start, I want to ask you, do you know somebody who always has like crazy energy, always is just like completely resourceful, completely on point, that you never really see them showing up tired and exhausted anywhere, and they're always showing up as their best selves? Well, these people are out there, so if you don't necessarily know them, or if it's not you, it exists, and it exists because these people have sort of really mastered the understanding of what fuels them the most and what their key energy drivers are.
Definitely, and I come across a lot of clients, a lot of people who are just so focused on trying to improve their nutrition to basically get themselves more energized. Always saying, oh, I need to change my eating habits so I can get more energy. But the funny fact is, there's so many people, I've been down this road myself, where my diet has been perfect. I'm not highly nutritious foods and basically just high energy producing food, and still feeling tired, still feeling fatigued, still just feeling crappy. But the question is why? Why are we feeding ourselves with such healthy, nutritious food, but still feeling unenergetic and rubbish? So that's the question.
Well, our goal today is to get you understanding where your energy is coming from, right? Because it's very clear that we are told from the external world, right, that the matter, the things that we can touch and feel, are the things that affect our energy. So things like our food, things like our environments, things like the way we exercise, all of these like tangible things, that's kind of what we're told, and that tends to be what most people buy into. But we need to start thinking about the non-matter. And when I say non-matter, we're talking about the things that we can't necessarily touch. So think about this. Think about if you have like a torch, the light that comes from a torch, it's not matter, you can't really touch it, right? Or if there's a fire burning and the heat coming from that, that's an energy, it's a source of energy. And in this context, the non-matter for our energy is our thoughts coming from the mind, right? From one non-tangible to a tangible. And the combination of this matter and non-matter is what fuels us for our optimum energy.
Definitely, and the big issue with this is people's understanding of the link between food and energy. Now, obviously, you look at a lot of the research out there, look at a lot of the kind of topics out there, it all tells you about how food is important for energy for the body. And while yes, that is true, because when you eat, your body breaks down food into nutrients, which then gets delivered to muscles and organs and bones, and pretty much just helps to provide fuel for your body, and your body is the machine. But think of your body as a car. You can put petrol in your car, but that's not going to make it go. You're the one, you have to basically put the accelerator down, you've got to put the gas in, and that's where your thoughts come in.
And the engine's got to be in the right place.
Yeah, the engine's got to be in the right place.
Right, before you even do that. Yeah, definitely, but then it comes to your thoughts, right? Our body knows what to do. You didn't have to consciously sit down and learn as you were a kid how to digest your food and how to, utilize the energy coming from it, did you? I highly doubt it if that's the case, right? But listen, our responsibility comes when we need to start creating the environment inside of us to make sure that our body can use the energy that it actually needs. It's completely within our control if our body is switched on to this environment or switched off. So if we're in an unhealthy state, let's say, from the inside out, we literally start to switch off. So, and what I mean by that is like if our thoughts are of detriment to us, or if you was watching last week, if we're in that survival mode and we're in a state of stress, the intelligent part of our kind of brain and body switches off, and it can't do what it's supposed to do. So you can give it all the nutrients in the world, but it's going to mean diddly squat if you literally don't have like the right thought process to be able to then help as part of that system of the non-matter and matter coming together.
Definitely, and I'll give you a good example of this. I'm going to tell you a story about myself in my coffee days, or coffee era. So basically when I was working 15, 16 hours a day, I was literally drinking about 9-10 cups of coffee a day. So that is an insane amount of caffeine. Okay, and the funny thing is I was still tired and I was still fatigued all the time. That coffee done nothing for me in terms of giving me that energy boost I was looking for. And at the same time I was training hard and I was preparing my meals. So all my food that I was having was healthy, it was nutritious, it was energy producing foods, but I was still not getting the energy I wanted from that. And the question is why? So why was I drinking caffeine? Why was I training hard? Why was I eating healthy, nutritious foods and still feeling fatigued and like absolutely rubbish, falling asleep by literally midday? And when it comes back down to that stage, I was constantly in a state of stress. I was constantly stressing out. I was angry. I was irritable all the time. And I mean all the time, literally like nearly 24/7. Like 24/7. So even though I was feeding my body with healthy foods, I was training, which is supposed to help energize me, I was constantly fatigued and tired because of the state I was putting myself in, the thoughts I was having at that time. So it doesn't matter what I was putting in, it wasn't having the effect I was looking for.
Yeah, guys, this goes back to an example I gave you a few weeks ago actually on one of the other lives, is around this whole thought process and belief system that we have around our health and what's going on with our bodies. If you literally visualize and see yourself in that strong physique that you want, right, from the inside out, right, even from like your organs working the way that you want them to, you get to then experience that. But from an energetic standpoint, what we're looking at here is the key being that you generate your own energy. And if there's anything you take from this live, it's that. Because you are in control at any given moment about your energy. You get to switch it on and off as you like based on your thinking. So, have you ever ran a race? Right? I would imagine at some point you did, even if it was at school years ago. Or even if you've watched a race on TV. Right? Or just want to witness somebody else running a race that you know. You never ever see somebody slowing down when they get to the finish line, do you? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that. Like, even people that are injured, that have literally been hobbling for the last like 5-10k, right? You get to the end, you don't slow down, you run. You find whatever it is left inside of you. And that comes from this non-matter. This comes from the thinking, from the thought processes that are showing up. And you get to then experience that when you decide to switch on and tune into those thoughts. Because those thoughts are already there. You're just not necessarily buying into them if you're not experiencing them. So you need to start thinking about the external and the internal like matter that's going on here.
Exactly. There's both nutrition and thoughts together are important for optimal energy. By focusing on one or the other, you're not going to get that sustainable result you're looking for. It's not sustainable. If you just focus on good nutrition, healthy nutrition, and your thoughts are not serving you, it's only a matter of time before something happens, and vice versa. Okay, so you can literally be in a fasted state, which a lot of people tend to do. They fast for a few days and they still have high amounts of energy, even though they've got nothing coming to the body. But again, that's only as sustainable as long as their body can kind of deal without those nutrients as well, and vice versa with thoughts. So by combining the both and having a good, balanced, healthy kind of nutritious diet, as well as thoughts that serve you, that are positive and that are kind of taking the right direction, both of those together are going to give you the optimal energy to be able to be creative, productive, to be able to get the results you want and keep them.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely, guys. So the ball is kind of in your court. We want to give you a bit of a challenge this week, and that is, and I know some of you really do the challenges because you reach out to us and you let us know, and we love that, by the way. If you're watching this, like, seriously, keep us posted, keep us updated. It's, you know, definitely one of the reasons why we do what we do, if we know that even one person is kind of taking something from this, all right? But anyways, this week's task, okay, is for you to reflect on which area in your life needs some attention when it comes to your energy. This could be in work, this could be family, this could be within hobbies, this could be just how you're showing up for yourself, it could be all of the above, right? Think about that for yourself, and then I want you to keep a diary. And when I say diary, the things I want you to include there are the energy levels that you're experiencing, what those energy levels look like. So for example, if you're saying like high energy, okay, what was that? Was you vibrant? Was you clear? Was you focused? Was you just in a really joyful state? You know, what did that high energy look like for you? And not only that, obviously the lows as well, we want you to make sure that you're keeping track of. But then we want you to add what are the preceding thoughts that are attached to those moments. And the more you keep an energy of these things, diary of these energetic things that you're experiencing, you are going to get to then do something about it. But you've got to be willing. You've got to be willing, you've got to want to do it and take responsibility for it. So on one hand, you know, it's one thing to complain that you don't have much energy, right? But on the other hand, if you've got the opportunity to do something and you don't do it, boom.
Exactly. Ready
We're
yourself to
out.
blame. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We can give you the tools. What's the saying? You can't take a horse to water. You can take a horse to water.
But you can't force it to drink. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
That's the one.
I know
Something
I
like
know what's
that.
up.
Anyway, definitely. Exactly, guys. So once you know kind of where those areas in your life are that are kind of lacking in energy, and you know how kind of what's going on, it's then just down to you, your responsibility to fix it. Okay.
Yeah, definitely, guys. So that's a short and sweet one from us today. I'm not seeing any questions popping up on the group. Thank you for those of you that have joined us. It's cool to see you and some new faces too. We are likely to be going live outside of the group as well as inside of the group very, very soon as well. Just to have that ripple effect reach much wider and further. But until then, do you have anything from you?
Don't think so. I think that's it. So we look forward to seeing you on the next live. So until then, take care. We'll see you soon.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Lots of love.